Welcome to the circuit. My name's Mark and this is Slot Track Racer. So what have we got coming up in this edition? Well, firstly we're going to take a look at the few changes I've made to my track since I was last here, and I'm also going to talk you through some of the plans I've got for going forward. In the next section we're going to take a good look at this Fiat 500 car that's in my collection, and then lastly I've got a mighty challenge between the Nissan GTR and the Ford Mondeo, and these two are going to go head to head in a race, which is quite exciting. So that's what I've got coming up. Let's get on and do it. So let's have a look at some of the changes I've made to the circuit since I was last here. So mainly since I've got my track down, I've actually been racing my cars more than anything else. So I haven't actually done a lot of work on the track, but there are one or two things to look at, I guess. So let's start. So really the main thing and the most noticeable thing that I've done is I've widened this plug, so I'm not having to stretch wires all the way across the garage. What I have noticed is I haven't actually got much floor space here for when there's a lot of people around. At the weekend I happened to have quite a few visitors, and we had me and 5 other lads in here, and let me tell you, it was a little bit tight. So one of the things I am considering is whether I need to move the table out a little bit more from the wall. I've showed you in a previous video that I can squeeze in the gap, but it is quite tight and I couldn't really expect anybody else to do that. But you can see just there that I've got another couple of inches that I could move the track out until it's level with that vertical board there. So I could bring it out a little bit more, and then me and as one other really tiny guy could actually get in the back of the track there, and that would leave more space at the front for people to squeeze in and race. I'm probably not going to get 6 people very often, but when they are here it would be really good to fit them all in, wouldn't it? So let's talk about the plans I've got for the track. So next on the agenda is, can you see the retaining wall there at the back? So I'm not particularly happy with that, and it actually runs out just behind the pits there, and already 1 or 2 of my cars have come to grief and flown off this corner here at the end and ended up on the floor. Luckily nothing's been damaged yet, but obviously I don't want that to happen a lot. So I'm going to focus on redoing that wall. So I need to go down the wood yard and buy some MDF. I'm probably going to get them to cut it for me, and then I'll come back and fit it. Then with a piece of wood that's left over, what I plan to do is fix it to the wall and paint it up as sky, so I've got some sort of a horizon on my track, which will make it look a little bit better, won't it, instead of all these bricks. So since I've been doing this, I've had a really strong idea about doing a tribute to a circuit based in England, a racing circuit that I've been to. I can't exactly do an exact replica because obviously we don't have the space, but I can do a tribute to it, pull out 1 or 2 elements so people recognise the circuit, and I think that I will certainly enjoy modelling it, and I think when you guys see it you'll be quite surprised, and I think it should raise quite a little bit of interest in what I'm doing here. So I can't tell you anything about it yet. You can start guessing if you want to by putting things in the comments. I will drop some clues out as we go along, and as we get closer. I've never actually done any scenery modelling, so it's a new journey for me to start doing modelling, and I'm probably going in a little bit ambitious, but then, well, you've got to try, haven't you? So let's talk about this car that's in my collection. This is the Scalextric FIAT 500. The reference number on that is C2934. So why have I got this car in my collection? Well, at the time that I bought it, my daughter had just passed a driving test, and we bought a bike that Fiat 500, and I thought it would be nice to have a car in my collection that matched that car. So this was the closest I could get, not quite bright red but very close. Of course when it came it didn't have these racing decals on, and I thought it was a little bit boring. So the stickers that are on it now, I actually printed these onto just plain white photocopying paper, and I glued them on with just simple PVA glue. Obviously, you know, they would fade and peel off. So what I did was I got my floor polish out, my diamond bright or diamond white, and I gave it a coat of floor polish, and again that dried without any brush strokes. So I'll give you a close-up of those stickers. I think this is quite cool. I think I went for Italian brands. I don't know what any of them mean apart from Peroni on the side there, but it came out quite well, didn't it? So let me take you to another section that I filmed earlier. This car actually, when I got it out of the box the last couple of days, it wasn't performing too cleverly. It was a bit slow. So what I've done is I've taken the top off and cleaned it out. So I did film that, and I'll show you that now. So I'm getting about 10-second laps at the moment, and as you've seen, I'm most worried about the fact that it's really sort of stuttery and not picking up power properly. So I mean, you can see the state of the brushes, so they probably need changing. But I'm actually going to go right inside and see what muck's in there. So let's go inside and do a deep dive. So got my special screwdriver here. There you go. And as I suspect, greyhound fur. Can you see it all on the axles here? So we're going to deal with that. I think we'll start with a soft bristled paintbrush and get the worst out. Then I'm going to put some grease on the pinion gear there. Maybe a bit of WD-40 on the motor. I don't know whether I'm using the right products. You guys advise me. I'm only showing you what I do. I'm not suggesting you do the same. So let's have a go though. I'll get paintbrush first. There you are. Even just that little bit has done wonders, hasn't it? I mean, that's, you see how clean that is now compared to when we first looked, and it we could see Maddie and Jester in there, the greyhounds. Still so much muck. Is that it? Yeah, there ain't much more I can do there. Right, clean. So what I'm going to do now is on that pinion gear, is that a pinion or is that a crown? You tell me. We're going to put some silicone grease. Might be a bit heavy for this application, but it's all I've got in the garage at the moment, so I'm going to use it. A bit of WD-40 on the two ends of the motor. You should probably use sewing machine oil or something else, 3-in-1 maybe, but that's what I'm going to use. I've done it in the past and it hasn't killed my cars. The other thing is, this is something I do. I don't know whether it works or not, but I'm going to see if I can get some debris off these tyres. So this is masking tape, and let's just stick it on the tyres and pull that off. Yeah, can you see muck on there? So what I've done with these tyres is I've done the old sandpaper trick where you spin the wheels onto a piece of sandpaper. You can buy a special machine, but we just put a piece of sandpaper on the track and hold it on, and that sort of through the wheels makes the tyres round rather than bumpy, and it means that it holds on. But this dust, it picks dust up off your track, and of course that makes the back end skid. There we go, car on the track. So it was a 10-second lap before, about. This track should do about 7 seconds without really trying. So we've maintained the car, we've done some remedial work to it. Let's see if it's any faster. So this is a 2-minute test for the Scalextric Cinquecento. The rules of the 2-minute test is it's a 2-minute endurance race. There are 2 leaderboards, one for the most number of laps completed and one for the fastest lap. The only stipulation is you must call into the pits twice. So with that explained, I'm going to hit the start button and let's see how she does. So the maintenance I performed on the Fiat 500 gave it an improved lap time of about 2.5 seconds. In the challenge it completed 14 laps, the fastest being 7.622 seconds, and that puts it second on the leaderboard to the Nissan GTR. So this is a head-to-head endurance race between the Ford Mondeo number 5, driven by Andy Rowe, and the Scalextric Nissan GTR number 32. And the Nissan GTR got a bad start off the line there, and the Mondeo takes the first lap and is well in the lead. Good overhead view there, the Mondeo is streaking ahead. See how it rounds up then really tightly, and it's got really good track holding ability here. The Nissan GTR is well behind this stage of the race. It's a really strong performance from this Ford Mondeo. It has been modified from the standard Scalextric format. It converted to digital, and magnet has been attached, a much stronger magnet, and you can see how it's really gripping onto the track there, starting to build a really good lead now. Nissan GTR is doing well, it's holding its own, but I think it's going to get lapped soon enough. Yes, the Mondeo is really closing in now. How many laps will the Nissan GTR maintain its maintain the same lap before they get flat. Getting really close now. This is the superb performance by the Ford Mondeo. It's right behind now, it's coming really close. It's going through and it's flipped lanes and taken the lead. Yes, the Mondeo has left Nissan GTR in a superb performance and it wins the race season. Well, that's all I've got time for this week. If you're still with me, thanks for watching and I really hope you've enjoyed it. You could use this time now to click on the like button and even subscribe to my channel so you'll see my next edition when it gets uploaded. I'll try and bring you something out next week. I'm really enjoying making them. So until then, I'll see you around the circuit.